Hey, what's up, collective? I am Unconventional Jake. Welcome to my altar. And you guys, I want you to understand something. If you ever been left on red, okay, I want you guys to understand that silence is not neutral. It is a response. Okay? So when I pulled these cards yesterday, I left this shit right here. Because this felt heavy. It was heavy. It wasn't dramatic, it wasn't toxic, but it was heavy for me. So now I'm back because this isn't about someone being busy. This is about emotional avoidance. Okay, so the base card for the reading, it comes from my Snitch Bitch Oracle deck, and it's card number 17. It's left on red. It's from the Ghost Realm, and it says, "You saw it, and you just didn't respond. You're not busy. You're buffering." The silence screamed louder than you think. Buffering. That's important. That word is very important because some people don't ignore you. They freeze in indecision when intimacy requires vulnerability. Intimacy requires exposure. You'll find out that they're a track star because this is the Ghost Realm. Okay. But that's what this reading is about. This is not about heartbreak. It's not about ego. Well, it's about the ego standing at the door of awakening and hesitating. So I pulled like 3 cards from the Shadow Love Oracle deck. And then I dealt like, 5, 6 tarot cards. But I used the shuffled, hide these people, the shuffled tarot collection. And this is the Shadow Love Tea Oracle cards that I was telling you about earlier. So let's go. The first card is Social Addict. Now, this card right here, this is somebody that's always outside. The social addict says, this is someone who constantly surrounds himself with people, always with their peers, always stimulated, but when it comes to one-on-one connection, suddenly they're unavailable because they make excuses to see others besides their partners. Get off of me. Yeah, social addict. So groups are safer and intimacy is revealing. So that's what this card is. Some people would rather surround themselves with other people. Some people would rather be just surrounded, okay, than be seen by their partner. And that's not hatred, that's fear. Okay. Now the next card is, ooh, I wanna sex you up, and I TikTok it don't stop. So feels they're not satisfied in bed, or feels they're not satisfied in partner enough, withdrawals, or increases demand based on self-worth. So believe it or not, this is where it gets real, y'all. Okay? Because some people substitute physical closeness, okay, for emotional vulnerability. They'll sleep next to you, they'll touch you, they'll desire you. All of that is performing. But they will not let you see them. Physical nakedness is easier than emotional nakedness. Sex you up. Yeah, physical nakedness is way easier than emotional nakedness. Because see, when somebody's physical, when they're when it's physical, they can put on a mask. They can perform. They ain't gotta be their true self. Cause it's tied to their self-worth to perform. You understand what I'm saying? Whether that's sexual performance or social performance, whatever. Real intimacy becomes threatening because intimacy requires imperfection. Imperfection. Okay, the next card is petty. Ignores partner if they feel slighted. So this is where silence becomes punishment. Okay. Withdrawal becomes control. I'll show you how it feels not to hear from me, type of crap. But avoidance is not power, right? It's fear wearing pride. That's what avoidance is in this situation. And when ego is bruised, connection becomes a weapon. Okay? So, this person, yeah, they got to choose. But they got to be able to see themselves first. So, let's go to tarot here. Let's go to tarot. So, I got the High Priestess. So, this is what I mean by the shuffled tarot deck. This is not the High Priestess original imaging. This is the Chariot. Okay? This is the Chariot energy. His will is broken. The will is off the it's not the will. His chariot ain't mobile. It's broke. He had to take a seat. So they know. Oh, this person knows. They see you. They see all of you. Okay, you're making this person see themselves. They're having to see who they really are. They seeing that they're performing. They're seeing that they're not being their authentic self. Yeah. Yeah. Foot on the wheel too. That's ego. Because the archetypes in this spread are all out of position. The ego sitting in intuition's throne, basically. That's what this is. So this tells me something very clearly. Like I said, they know the truth. They feel the pull. But their pride overrides their inner knowing. They're letting their pride override. So there's even a broken wheel, like I said, at the foot of the chariot. The guy, he's sitting in the seat of intuition with his foot on the wheel. This says control is unstable. Direction is cracking. Okay? But instead of surrendering to intuition, right? The ego tightens its grip. That's some shit. Yeah, because it's like I'm hearing a loud, like a crashing, like a stomping of the foot. Yeah, I know. Boom. Yeah, I see her. Yeah, I see she's the divine feminine. Yeah, you about to miss a whole opportunity, boo. But then the Empress is here. But this is the Death card energy. Okay, this is the Death card. This is Scorpio sitting in the Empress's seat. So this tells me real feminine energy triggers transformation. That's what happened here. Okay. And not everybody is ready. Okay. Everybody ain't going to be ready to grow. especially when they encounter something mature. Some people experience nurturing energy as ego death, not because it's wrong, but because it exposes immaturity. Wow, y'all. Then we got the Hermit. Now, this is the Chariot man again. Let me show you. Sagittarius energy. Some of y'all's person could be Sagittarius, or you're a Sagittarius. Your person. All right. The Hermit. And again, the Chariot is here with arrows in his back. And that's really not spiritual solitude. That's like defensiveness. That's someone's retreating not to heal, but to protect their ego. That's the difference there. Because healing is reflective. And avoidance is what is reactive. Healing is reflective, and avoidance is reactive. Avoidance makes you see, let's go back to that performance energy. That goes back to not wanting to be vulnerable, not feeling safe enough to sit in exposure. But see, when you're healing, you reflect. They ain't reflecting. This person, damn, she see me, man. That shit hurt. Person got me all soft and shit. Got me, you know what I'm saying, in this soft space. I don't, y'all got these men. But they ain't ready for the Empress. They're not ready because you got the Queen of Wands here. Now the Queen right here, the Queen of Wands is what this is, but you see the Empress sitting there, right? So the feminine energy in this reading is not chasing, because the Queen of Wands don't chase. She's seated, okay? She's magnetic. She's aware. She's stable. Of course, it's the Queen. And when you are secure, you do not compete for attention, period. You observe, and you observe who can sit with you. Some of y'all are single mothers. You see she got her baby right here. Some of y'all are single mothers with pets, dogs, and whatever this is, doves, ducks, whatever. But you got some pets. And you fine. You're the Queen of Wands. You're the Empress. Okay, and not only the Empress is all the queens in one, but this person knows you it. The mere fact that the Empress is sitting in the Queen of Wands seat. This is the fine queen. This is the queen who makes sure she looks right when she steps out the door. This is the sexy queen. This is the fire. This is that spark. This you put fire up under this person. Okay? Now you got the death card. Whew. Now this look like it's about to get heavy right here. Okay? Look, you got the angel. This is the angel from the Lovers card. I want to say the Lovers. Yeah. But anyway. So this death card, There's no armored warrior. There's no force here. Instead, there are what looks like a fallen king in front of a family dynamic almost, a child, a spiritual authority, um, you know, commitment energy here. Let me show you the card again. See, there's the king, his throne. I mean, not throne, his crown, whatever that is, and his staff. Yeah. So some egos collapse when faced with real responsibility. Not because they don't care, but because they feel too much. Death card. And transformation requires surrender. Right? Wow. You're making this person feel, but they still got a choice to make. They got a choice to make because the last card is judgment. This is the final card. But instead of the angel being up here, y'all got the devil. And these people, this is supposed to be the dead people. They look like they worshiping the devil. So, oof, child. That's why I said a choice still has to be made, right? Because they see you, they know who you are. They see you, I promise you. I promise you they see you. They see you. They see you. This is how you make them feel. Hermit. Okay? Your energy brings about the transformation that they're refusing to step into. But it's okay. Because judgment is here. And I'm going to tell you something. This final card, judgment, because instead of the angel, it's the devil here. And that's not even a small symbol. That's big. Because judgment is supposed to represent awakening and resurrection, answering the call. But here, this is attachment and it's sitting at the top. Addiction, pride, comfort, all of that. And most of all, ego. Josh, hey, excuse me, where you going? No, go back. Oh, my phone is super hot. Yeah, so this judgment card is definitely ego. And the figures below reaching upward towards bondage instead of liberation. That's what that is. So this is why this reading felt heavy. Choosing familiarity over evolution. Choosing pride over vulnerability is what all this is. Choosing silence over surrender. That's why I said earlier, silence is not neutral. It's a response. So let me say this clearly. If someone left you on red, don't interpret their silence like immediately as rejection. Sometimes it's hesitation. And because they're not willing to face the growth. You know what I mean? It's like they're at the edge, they're on the brink. And sometimes their ego is wrestling with exposure. That's what it looks like. And sometimes, when I look at this spread, It's someone realizing that answering you, okay, because this is you, answering the Empress, this fine ass Empress, the divine feminine, means stepping into a version of themselves, okay, that they are not ready to become. And that's not your responsibility. You do not interpret someone's ego death. You don't not interpret, you don't interrupt someone's ego death. You do not beg someone into awakening. Okay, you just observe and you remain seated. Because this queen says, who can sit next to me? Who? Who? I dare some of y'all to just turn around and look at them and just send a text message and say, who? Who can sit next to me? Seriously. You can't get in your ego. Because you can get cocky. You're the Queen of Wands. You see the Empress sitting in the Queen of Wands seat. That's bold. That's cocky. That's saying, I know who I am. Because this reading ain't about somebody chasing. This ain't about you chasing. This is about awareness. This reading is about awareness, because you see the pattern, but you ain't personalizing it, okay? You recognize it, for sure. And when you recognize it, you move differently, right? But if this reading resonates with you, in the comment section, type buffering. Because you see it too. And you are aware that silence ain't neutral. It's a response. And so when people get to moving funny, you move out the way. That's how that go. I'm Unconventional Check. And this is your message.